feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me.
What up? What up? What up? Dow? Right back at it, y'all. Man, what a day yesterday, man. Whew. I don't even want to talk about it because I went a whopping 0-5. If you watched the show yesterday, it was almost unbelievable for me. In the first game yesterday, the Vipers came out to a strong start. Renegades kind of flopped first half. I didn't get my first half Renegades in, so then we headed over to the second half. Renegades, I had the under as well. It was decent in the first half. We headed over to the second half. Renegades caught 2 interceptions, ran them in. Let me type this up. Yeah, they ran that in. It created some space for themselves, and then I thought I was in trouble after the first half because of what happened in the first half as far as the Vipers outplaying the Renegades, because I had Renegades first half and second half. So I was kind of like, we back on track. We got on track. They got up by almost I believe it was 8 points going into the last minute or so, 2 minutes of the game, and gave it over to the Vipers. The coach could have actually elected to go for 3 and could have put the game way out of reach, but he ended up just going for the 1-pointer. And the team Vipers came down. Luis Perez, after stinking up the second half, he picked it back up and scored, brought them closer to 2 points to win the game. They went for the 2-point. They stopped them. Then there was some weird stuff where they could have got the ball back again, and they had to make another big play in order to close the game. Renegades won by 2. The spread went over. Missed both. I had them both locked and loaded, but in the last 2 minutes I lost it. It's XFL, so what? Let's go to the next game. Last night, that one was a runaway by the Houston Roughnecks, basically. And I took the Guardians. First off, I took them as one of the teams, little engines that maybe could. So it was just a little shot at that. So took a shot at that and missed. Also had the under because I had the under in that game as well because I went under on all the games, and missed the under on that one because it was a total blowout. So they took off early on them, so I didn't have much. What up, Jimmy Gomez in the house? Where is everybody at in the chat, man? Y'all just pull up how y'all pull up, man. I ain't even tripping, man. I don't do this necessarily for money. I do this for the fun. I do this for all my friends in the sports betting communities. My teammates like Jimmy Gomez showing up to support me. You know what I'm saying? I do that for y'all, man. So that's what's up. Well, a couple things I learned from yesterday in regards to the XFL is, for one, games where we don't know nothing, like we started. Yeah, you have to find the edge and stick with it. I took the under, and I stuck with it, and it didn't work out for me in both of those 2 games. I don't know. I'm kind of shell shocked going into the next games the way that they were scoring, considering they didn't have as much practice and all that different stuff. So that was one way. Shout out to my guy Dave Rogers, man. Dave Rogers picks from Dave. I was on the show with him, and he elected just to jump in with me and take a sample of the market. And he said he liked the angle of all the favorites and to cover, because all the other old XFL games the teams covered. So he cashed on both of those because both favorite teams covered. At the end of the day, it made a lot of sense. This whole thing is out of Texas, And those were the first 2 Texas home games. So makes sense that the home teams won right there. What up, Anthony Theus? How you doing today, my boy? You know what I'm saying? We just having a little coffee, had a little smoke, and just chopping it up about this XFL. But today I'm gonna go through this again. I'm kind of still on the same picks I kind of been on the whole time, but we're gonna go through them, and y'all let me know in the chat if y'all see anything that y'all might think otherwise. Somebody in the chat yesterday. What up, Dabby Cab? What's up, Dabby? You jumping on the XFL or what, man? What's up? What y'all doing over there, man? You know, this is the cappers market right here. No favorite teams or nothing yet. I thought I had a favorite team, but now I don't really have a favorite team so far. None of these teams were very impressive yesterday. They played very well, but what's up? I can't even say Equinomus, but shout out to you, man. And Team Who-Bangin is definitely in the house, man. Y'all already know how we do. I was doing so much for the XFL last week that I shied away from doing our daily picks. But back on track tomorrow because my man Teese, he beat up a couple cards. And my man Dom, he been beating up some cards too. So kind of missed out on those. But, you know, it's Team Who-Bangin, man. Everybody follow everybody. And I'm sure if you didn't get it from me, you got it from somebody else. So they got out there. Yeah, well, you know, it ain't nothing to learn from me, Tabby Cab. In the first week, it wasn't much to know. You know, I'm always looking for an edge. Didn't really have no solid edges other than like personal information or how I felt about shit. And that's all you kind of can do the first thing. You know, the defense, like, you can't tell from one player that you know is on a team. You have to see a defense actually gel together, you know, see how they play as a group. You know what I'm saying? This is a team sport, 11 man on each side. So you got to see. And then same kind of goes for the offense. Like, they can't have some heavy hitters, but they got to be in sync too. So we seen a little bit of that yesterday in some of the teams. The Vegas players said they pride themselves on defense, but ended up losing. But they did start off well playing defense. But yeah, man, lots of turnovers, lots of stuff you could throw out of the window as well for next week. Like the Renegades and those 2 lucky interceptions, they was getting ready to lose that game. But those interceptions changed things around quick. So who knows if they're that good or they just getting lucky. But let's go into today's game, man. I don't want to keep everybody forever. Try to be a little more organized today. Maybe that's going to help me out to be a little clearer today. It's just being more organized. So let's go first into St. Louis Battlehawks, right? So St. Louis Battlehawks, one of the teams I feel, I think St. Louis Battlehawks is a great team. And I think that they'll do well right here in this league so far. Even, you know, let's go over the bookmaker real quick. Even for, let's see here. Oh, they don't have my XFL futures no more. I can't see the futures, but even in the futures, it reflected that they could be top notch in the league right now. So this is their coach right here. This coach, he's I forget where he comes out of, but not much very big coaching experience. This is him hitting the stage right here. He has a nice defensive coordinator, Abram, and offensive coordinator Gronkowski. So Anthony Betch, that's the guy right there. Now, as far as the quarterback, and I'm only prepared for the quarterback. This is what the quarterback race looked like right here. Let me get this banner off of here. This is what the quarterback race looked right here. Jack Cohen, Jawan Pass, Red Senate. These were the options, and Jack Cohen won it out right here. I'm already got some bias on Cohen. I really don't think he's a great passer. He came out of Wisconsin over to Notre Dame, and it was a struggle to get him to be able to pass the ball confidently. Over at Wisconsin, the quarterback's more like a facilitator because they run a lot. And going to Notre Dame, it forced him to pass a little more. He had plenty of struggles. Some might say Jack Cohen might be the reason that Brian Kelly bounced out. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's it on the quarterback situation. We did see yesterday where some backups ended up getting in. So we may see one of these other guys. But these guys are kind of like least experienced compared to some of these other guys' track records at quarterback. Some of them have played in a whole bunch of teams and stuff. But that's that on that side. Let's jump on over to the San Antonio Brahmas. That's their coach right there. Hines Ward, y'all know him from when he played at Pittsburgh. So yesterday we got to see Terrell Buckley's team, and we got to see Rod Woodson team. And both of those guys lost yesterday. So today, maybe Hines Ward is the better of the NFL player coaches or something. I don't know. We gonna have to see on that. But he has a little solid squad over here helping him out as well. We got to get to know these offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. I was noticing yesterday the Vegas offensive coordinator. He has some talent over there, even though they did lose, but they were able to come back and make it tight. Matter of fact, they beat the spread even though they lost, so that was weird. But anyways, that we'll see what happens with Hines Ward today. All of those ex-NFL coaches, they had some backgrounds in what they did as some player coaches, and Hines Ward had a decent background getting to this point. So he may be a little more fit as a head coach. So if you like the San Antonio Brahmas, Dabby Cab, I know Dabby Cab is from Texas, y'all. If y'all beat him up in the chat, he got to choose a side now because he got all the teams around him, and it's based. I'm gonna have to holler at Marley and all the rest of coach, all the rest of my Texas cats, man. Y'all close to this. Y'all gotta pitch in on this XFL stuff since it's hubbed all out of Texas. But yeah, that's what we're looking at with the head coach situation right there. Let's jump over to the quarterback situation. Oh shit, I got the wrong stuff going on right here. Here we go. Yeah, I had the wrong stuff. The Cohen guy goes with the Brahmas, and how did this download like that? And for the Battlehawks, it's AJ McCarron out of Alabama. He had an extensive career. He's a little more been around the block than the other quarterback, but I expect him to move slow. They do have Manny Wilkins and Nick Taino as backup as well, so I think they're comfortable at the quarterback situation. They can move around for the Blackhawks right there. And then as for San Antonio Brahmas, you got Jack Cohen. So this one, Jack Cohen, like I said, I think he's a little overrated. We'll see what he does in this league. Maybe this is a league more set for him. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with him with that. So XFL over lines are too low. Hey, that just basically comes down to a little bit of theory, because some cats are going to tell you, some sites are going to tell you, under in those games starting like that for reasons such as they had a minimum amount of practice together, all that kind of stuff. First games, small playbooks, all that kind of stuff. But this is a hungry league. I started looking at the end of some of those games, realizing that it's $1,000 extra bonus for these guys that's not getting paid super money anyways. So, I could see how the Renegades closed that and were so happy to close it within 2 points because that was going to lead to more money for themselves. So that does make a big difference. And they did play into the over in all of the games. I think you may be right, exactly right, that they should be more over. I think by next week they will go up to the 40s or something like that because these teams were scoring. They were having turnovers, turning the touchdowns. Some of the rules put them in certain places where because it was like I'm gonna have to go look at this too and examine next week. So they did the kickoff. They kick from like the 20 of your own side or something like that, and they have to wait until the guy actually catches it before they can take off. But they're right in between each other. So when the guy kicked it like too short, and the guy that was receiving it kind of like waved it. It seemed like they gave him the ball on the 45, going in or something. I got to go back and take a look at that and see how that works out, because that could have been tremendous to the over right there. Lucky they didn't score at that time. The game has stayed under for a long time until they had opportunity to tie the game. And then with being able to score like 10 points, or 9 points on one score, kind of never leaves another team out. And, it's going to be interesting. You know what I'm saying? $1,000 bonus, you up by, let's say 9 or 10, and you still got a chance to lose. So maybe some guys start disrespecting and really blowing teams out, because that's probably what it's going to take to get the win. So maybe the dogs sound like it, but the dogs ain't been winning. It's been all the favorites, and they've been covering. Well, no, actually, it was a favorite. Both favorites won. One covered, one didn't. One covered by a landslide. One won and only covered by 2 points instead of the 3. So that's how it went yesterday. That's what I got on the game today. So my picks are as such. And another thing I thought about yesterday is that I'm going to have to add some teasers to this. And, I really don't like doing 2 teasers. So since it's 4 games over the whole weekend, I'm going to have to be able to do some type of 3 or 4 team teaser between them. Because in the market where, we have these bookies who don't know much, and, there's so much ability for the variables that I think the teasers could help us beat the bookies. It's definitely an extra advantage on the bookies having 6 points either way. So I'm gonna head into the teaser. So I do have a teaser for today because I had to squeeze it in. I just squeezed in all that I liked. You know what I'm saying? I took the Seattle Sea Dragons plus 3.5 on the road. The Sea Dragons versus the Defenders are going to be the only, I guess, game outside of Texas this week, because they're going to DC Defender Stadium. So that's going to be interesting. And then I have, let's see, Sea Dragons plus 3.5, St. Louis Blackhawks in the first game. I have them plus 3. And then I also have under 42 with the in the Blackhawks game. And I also have, where is it? The over in the Sea Dragons and DC Defenders game. So I didn't do, I still was rushing y'all, and I didn't do all of my stuff and I don't got my little stuff together for this next game. But you know what? I could get it together while I'm right here with y'all. What? I got it like that. So next game is going to be Sea Dragons. Let's see. This right here. Whoop-de-whoop. So let me know in the chat, man, what y'all think about the XFL, man. To give it to me raw, man. If you hate it, say you hate it. If you think there's some possibility there, say maybe a little possibility. And if you think it's trash, just say it's trash. It was exciting yesterday to me watching the game. I felt like it's some decently quality football, believe it or not. I was like, okay, we got something to watch here. I mean, it's almost like I wanted more games, because the one game, it didn't do it for me. I mean, 2 games for the whole day, just one game. Then there's a layover in between that. I'm used to all the sports where it's boom, boom, bam, bam, bam all day. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that kind of party. So let me see. Almost done with my little bulletins. That was. Let me see what y'all talk about in the chat. He like how the pregame totals are low. Yeah, smash it. And they doing live in this. So, shoot, that's like another advantage, allowing you to bet these games live in this crazy market. And it was crazy because when I was watching Renegades game, and I was on them for first half and second half. It was a thought to me for a second to say I should have took the Renegades while they were down, maybe on the money line or something at plus money, but I let it go past. I wasn't trying to do too much. I didn't want to be too much of a degenerate, as they would call it, for betting this market. But I don't really consider it being a degenerate to bet this market. I just say you got to test the different markets nowadays. The sports betting world is not like it used to be. Like, it's on a way broader spectrum, being that you could be online and, now all these different states coming legal and stuff. So you got to find the small markets. You got to find where everybody's not at. That means that the bookmaker should be making more money because there's, the books are relying on them more. It's a bigger market, more money involved. Add this over here. Add the overlay. DC vendors. Let's see here. All right, now I'm back organized. Okay, so road team in this one is gonna be Seattle Sea Dragons head coach Jim Haslett. He's in it's a bunch of older brand coaches like Bob Stoops, Wade Phillips. They both got wins yesterday's, and this is my favorite old school guy right here. I like his enthusiasm. I like how he picked all these kids from the Pac-12, and he got a younger squad and all that good stuff. So I like Jim Haslett. He's one of my light guys. Now watch this guy be a bum, but that's who I like for right now. I don't care for Bob Stoops and the Renegades. Like I said, they got 2 lucky interceptions. We don't know what they're gonna do next week. Wade Phillips wasn't impressive, but I don't got that much hate for Wade Phillips, or I ain't gonna say hate. I'm gonna say a little shade for Wade Phillips. Other than he used to mess with the Cowboys, but that don't mean nothing. So he did a great job bringing that group in yesterday with the Houston Roughnecks. But Houston Roughnecks, they was a returning team. They probably had a nice fan base. I'm pretty sure they had to sell that a little bit. So at quarterback, he has DiNucci. A lot of people say he might be one of the best quarterbacks they got. He's been around for a while. With the Cowboys, and now he's over with the Sea Dragons. He got a little youth. He got a little run when he was at the Cowboys. He got some backup. Steve Montez from Colorado. Colorado's like whatever, more of a facilitator type, but he's been around for a little while. These guys are all pretty much kind of younger. And then you have Harrison Frost out of Mercer. Not much experience on the big level, so he's may be most enthusiastic to jump up off the bench or something and do something crazy. So watch out for Harrison Frost. But for now, DiNucci has a nod like you said, Anthony, there's money to be made in the live betting for sure. This is going to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You just got to know what side to be on right here. So DiNucci's getting the nod today. The Seattle Sea Dragons, they running more of a RPO system. So they should move the pace up. I really like the over in this one. This is the one that really supposed to go over, but in the works of magically, because this XFL is already magically doing stuff like the NFL, magically this thing still could go under. Ain't no for sures for sure. It's for sure that there ain't no for sures. Now, head coach Reggie Barlow for the DC Defenders, he comes out of a lot of HBCU coaching and stuff. So I expect them to be able to gather any group of guys and get them motivated and on the same page. So I think he could do well in the league, but he doesn't have some of the best talent that I like. As a matter of fact, he's going with Jordan Tamu that's been just about everywhere. He had some winks at XFL before with the Blackhawks and stuff, but he just jumped around. I think the guy he has a good skill set. He has a powerful arm. He's not that fast, and he's not very accurate. So I think he has some flaws in his game, but he is a playmaker. He'll make some plays for sure. But Derek King, another guy, Mr. Injured Man in college, who jumped around, had a nice career in college in Houston and Miami, but he gets over here after a couple briefings in the NFL. I don't know. The guy, he was a run threat for a long time. I don't see him as a great pass threat. And then we got Eric Dungy. This guy has been around for a little while. Maybe he probably can handle the load a little better than these other guys from a quarterback IQ standpoint. So I don't know. Maybe if he gets in the mix, they could have something going on. But that's how those teams match up. And like I said, I'm on the Sea Dragons and I'm also on the over, but I got the over teased down in that game. So I haven't took a pregame over. So just an over in my teaser if it goes that far. And then also the Sea Dragons plus the points. And in the first game coming up at noon on the West Coast, I like the Battlehawks plus the points as well. And hopefully I get a 1-1 or something today. And I'm staying off the total on the Battlehawks game. I'm taking them first half and full game, but only taking the total in the teaser. So that's where I'm at with it today. I know I'm going to have a greater day than yesterday. You know why? Because like the homie say, when you get them wrong, you don't get them all wrong. You get a lot wrong, but you don't get them all wrong. I can't keep going at this rate. Just like you can't keep winning at one rate, I can't keep. I was on 5 yesterday. Can't keep going at that rate. So it's going to be some goodness in there today, y'all. So I'm going to say, tell me today if you want some real cash. No, just kidding. Do what you do, man. Make sure you go over these bets and go to the window by yourself. Just let me encourage you. Don't let me provoke you to do anything you don't feel you're supposed to be doing, because it ain't going to be my fault. But yeah, this market is kind of blind. So I don't have no direct angles or something. I'm saying, ooh. You know what I'm saying? So I can't. I'm just grazing through just like everything at a half unit, just trying to make a couple dollars and get to know the league a little bit. You gotta spend something to make some money. So I spent some money yesterday. So today I do expect to make some money. But conspiracy theorist wise is the day. You got San Antonio Brahmas. They really back this team because they got the big Alamo Dome over there, and it's another Texas state. It'd be a great staple for them. They don't have no professional team like the other places, so they may be tilting for the Brahmas if it's going to be some conspiracy theories. They already got a home win for the Roughnecks and also for the Renegades, so they probably going for another home win in San Antonio. But I'm going with the Seattle team. They seem more West Coastish, and this game kind of resembles themselves as the Seattle Seahawks. So I'm going to take that side. And then, like I said, in the other game, I'm also going to be on the dogs. I'm on the dogs today. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis Battlehawks and the DC Defenders. I mean, not the dogs. I'm tripping. I'm on the favorites today. I'm tripping. I'm on the favorites today. Battlehawks -3. Sea Dragons was down now to 2.5. I think I got it at, oh no, I haven't got my Sea Dragons bet in yet, but that's where I'm going with it. But anyway, coffee and blunts. Great morning. Thank everybody for watching. Come check me out next week when I babble along again. But I'll probably have some guests with me, and I'll be much better next week when I get a chance to study this shit some more. Thank y'all for viewing, man. I'm about to get out of here. Uh-oh. That's the wrong buttons. I'm going to get out of here. Oh, I'm out of here.